nerding.
Hey! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that's right. We are here. It is time. You are now experiencing distance nerding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Young Phil. He is the Jamez 5000. They are the SHDU. She is Jen the FRAY Girl. It's time. Let's do this. We are here
to nerd together. Nailed it for the 245th time.
God, we're getting there.
Talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, especially ones in New York. Whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
That's right. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you're watching live, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, guys. Listen on the podcast app of your choice, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of the other places that are out there. Leave us a review. Remember, 5 stars helps us out so much. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, everywhere at Distance Nerding. You are now watching the worst kept secret on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. You are now watching the Distance Nerding Podcast. This week on deck, we've got starting rumors. We've got Marvel Multiverse mashup. Got an NYCC recap, and I know we're all excited for that. The trend up, talking about the trending things happening on all of social media. Of course, ending the show with the Geek End update. Before we jump into all of those things, ladies and gentlemen,
but first,
let me get a shout out. It's okay. I'll fix it in post. Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by the good folks. W. That's right. W is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about W at www.w.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Ladies and gentlemen, it is delicious. It is nutritious. It tastes just like chicken. That's probably the wrong way to go.
I love chicken.
I will petition for the chicken stock flavor of W after we get the pickle one.
I bet you will. I'm 100% sure you don't even know where that reference comes from. So, it's delicious. It's nutritious. It tastes just like chicken. From Fern Gully, and I'm sure you haven't seen that movie, so it's fine.
Distance Nerding is part of the Geek Freaks Network. If you deep in the lore or discovering your latest binge, building Lego, debating casting choices, or still crying over that finale, the Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Geek Freaks Network, your fandom, your community, your people. Check out gfpods.com to find out more. As again, gfpods.com. So, any shows we want to talk about here?
Are we all caught up on all the shows that have been out this week? Did everybody catch? I'm behind on fandom portals, but has everybody caught up on Challenge Accepted?
I was not on Challenge Accepted this week, so I didn't listen. How about that? No, just kidding.
Yeah, you only listen to things that you're on. Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Thomas came back this week, so Thomas was on Challenge Accepted. It was actually really good. They had a pretty good take on the overall show. It was kind of cool to hear kind of everybody's big thing on, or just their entire take on the show and
on Peacemaker, right?
On Peacemaker, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. On Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool to hear just kind of their take on all of that stuff. So yeah, it was fun. Before we jump into the next segment, I did promise one of our new viewers that we would give him a shout out. So
whoa, we're making promises to people.
Yeah, we did. You actually were in on that promise. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to shout out the Mock Stop. He's a new viewer that came out and hung out with us on Friday during the giveaway. Which, by the way, if you weren't out at the giveaway, guys, it was a much needed thing. It was cathartic as hell, and we gave away a whole bunch of prizes.
And it was chaotic as all hell.
Oh, it was. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, just shouting out small creators. Mock Stop is got a small Lego channel, and he's looking for some subscribers. So just like we shout out the DeLongs, and guys, the DeLongs, shout out to them as well, because they're always helping us out and going to different cons and reporting for us. If you're not familiar with their channels, head over to their YouTube channels, guys, and subscribe. Now is your chance to get that done. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's jump right into this, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get banned in Belarus like we always do.
Woo!
It's time to start some rumors. Let's do this. Ban in Belarus. Ban in Belarus.
Ban.
I love it.
Awesome. Who's doing the rumors?
That would be
you?
me.
Let's do it.
So let's get started. Can you smell what the Rock's reheating?
Oh,
Dwayne Johnson is reportedly in talks to reprise his role as the Scorpion King, the desert warrior that launched his Hollywood career and gave us the most chaotic CGI finales of the early 2000s.
What?
Whether it is a full reboot or just a nostalgic cameo, Johnson's clearly not done with legacy flexes. And if anyone can turn sand into box office gold, it's him.
What?
So, tacos on the table. Is this a savvy throwback, or will we be scraping out the inside of the reboot microwave after this one?
Oh God. I don't feel like this is something that we need.
no, stop it. Tacos.
no.
Everybody's tacos are on the table. I put everybody's tacos on the table. More rock. We're done. Yay, rock.
Okay, dude, I will tell you, I do like The Rock. The thing is, and this is a role that I actually enjoyed him in. I don't know if we need more of this, especially after they recast the Scorpion King and now going back to the Scorpion King. Like, it's a little bit weird to go on that. Have you guys seen the fix it in post thing that's been going around?
No.
No.
So
It's
there's
The Rock. We don't need to fix anything in post.
no, James, you might actually like this. They went back and fixed the CGI from the Scorpion King, and instead of using CGI, which like it was like bad PS2 graphics, they did they used a deep fake of him in the Scorpion King, and it looks great.
Oh.
It actually looks like him.
All right.
Cool.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
My
More rock.
tacos are off the table. My tacos are off the table. I think we will be scraping out the inside of the reboot microwave after this one because I don't think we need it.
Oh, I think it's gonna
unless we're
be-
getting Brendan Fraser when Brendan Fraser was Raw. And we're not going to talk about The Rock and Scorpion King unless we talk about Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser's actually talking about coming back for another Mummy movie.
Okay. I'll take that over the Scorpion King.
Mhm.
I'm moving on.
I think it is going to happen because money. That's it.
That's good.
We need to do like a clip show of just him saying, I think they're going to do it because of money.
Right.
Because that's
So
like his go-to.
My
Capital.
greedy green tacos on the table. All right, so
Cap.
we're moving on to our next one. This ain't a crossover, it's a collision course. Rumors suggest Marvel's Brand New Day series could feature a brutal street-level showdown between Punisher and Tombstone. That's a gritty pivot for the Spider-Verse, and maybe a test run for darker MCU fare post-Daredevil Born Again. If John Bernthal's if John Bernthal's Punisher, I keep saying publisher. If John Bernthal's Punisher is back, expect blood, bullets, and moral ambiguity. Good gods. So tacos on the table. Can the MCU handle Punisher's edge, or will it sand him down to PG-13?
I mean, if
rough,
his
man.
publisher's involved
If his
and there's
publisher is
blood,
involved,
bullets,
then
and
yeah.
moral ambiguity, that's I might like to have that publisher. Thank you very much.
What's going
Talk
on?
about
man?
having your back.
I would not want the Punisher doing my social media.
No,
I don't think that's a good thing.
no.
He's your
No.
publisher at this point, right?
Right.
I'm with this. I kind of like the idea of Punisher, Tombstone, it being a thing within Marvel. I don't think they're gonna hold back. I mean, they've been able to get away with a lot more in PG-13 in like the last 10 years. My
Mhm.
go-to example of you can have a really brutal fight, doesn't necessarily have to be like bloody, is Captain America Civil War. I always go back to the fact that that Steve pinned a dude to the side of the hull that ship with a knife. And that was pretty brutal for something that didn't have any bloods. I mean, like, if you can get away with that in PG-13, I think the Punisher can have a pretty brutal fight with Tombstone without there being a lot of gratuitous blood.
Yeah.
Here's my thought. What if they, instead of PG-13, it's PG-16?
They should have different age.
I know that's
PGs.
normally, that would be a James joke, but I got there first, so let me claim this one.
I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
He's like,
You know,
it's definitely a dummy joke.
All right, my bloodless tacos are on the table.
My tacos are on the table on this. Yeah.
Good. Did we get everybody?
I agree with you all pretty much. But you know what I was thinking about this? Like Tombstone, isn't he like kind of rock-ish, right? Like, I don't know if they've shown a lot of blood
Like
with
the
Tombstone.
Rock-ish or
Oh,
like
yes, he is rock hard.
Oh, he is rock. Yeah.
But I think that may be a way of getting around showing blood, which is the PG-13. You can't show a ton of blood. So, little fighty with Tombstone. Not a lot of blood. I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. All right. Well, we're moving on. Pack tissues, theories, and maybe a multiversal passport. Another brand new day rumor has fans buzzing about a major reunion scene. No names confirmed, but speculation rages from MJ to Miles to Toby and Andrew. Marvel's keeping it vague, but insiders say it's emotionally charged, which is basically code for get ready to cry in Dolby Atmos. Tacos on the table. Who should be in this reunion, and who would break the internet if they showed up?
This is a hard
I
one for
think
me.
Miles would break the internet if he showed up. I mean, everybody's expecting it, but I still think he'd break the internet if he showed up. Can you imagine him and Spider-Gwen showing up? But that wouldn't be a reunion. So I don't think that's going to happen, but that would break the internet. I think it's going to be Toby, not Andrew, just because something's coming up later. And I don't know. What reunion would it be? What if they brought in an Aunt May from another?
That's what I was just going to say right now. I was like, if anything, if they're talking about emotionally charged, it's going to be Aunt May.
Or his parents.
Could be his parents. I think that fans will connect more if it's Aunt May. Because his parents, we don't have an emotional connection with his parents. We don't have an emotional connection even with Uncle Ben in this. Whereas, like, in previous versions, you had a connection with Uncle Ben. We've never met Uncle Ben in this. I think I think
he's been making a lot of rice, so we haven't got to meet him.
I think the only way that you get something that's an emotional turn that has something that the audience will connect with as well is if you bring back Aunt May.
Or or we get Doom and he's Tony and he comes as
and he's Aunt May.
And that's the emotionally charged because Peter thinks it's really Tony. But it's Doom. And that would break the internet.
And it's also keep in mind that this takes place.
That would mildly bend the internet.
But like, keep in mind this takes place after Doomsday, right? So that could easily be a post-credit going into Secret Wars.
Yeah, it could.
It is Peter thinking that Tony is back, and it's Victor.
Yeah,
they should call it Peter gets his tingle back.
No, that's actually Jen. That's also another good take. So I mean, I think those two right there are probably the most emotional takes that you can have in regards to this version of Peter Parker.
Or it's Aunt May and it's Tony.
Oh my God!
Aunt May is taking place.
If you have
Scarlet Witch's place.
If you have Victor Von Doom, Tony Stark's Victor Von Doom, RDJ, walk in with Aunt May holding hands, that will break the internet.
Yes.
That will break the internet. Nobody's going to know how to react to that.
Especially not Peter fucking Parker.
No, Peter Parker.
I mean, he's going to be so conflicted. Happy will be pissed.
Happy will be very mad.
My confused tacos are at the table for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say MJ because I was looking for something emotional, but you're right. I think all the Spider-Mans, all of them have that connection to Aunt May, and that would be something a little bit more like meaningful.
Right.
And honestly, if I connected to Marissa Tomei as well, I would be very emotional and cry.
Right.
So
Okay, so
Right, yeah.
it's Aunt May and MJ walk in holding hands. That's what we're
hey,
That's the
what we're doing.
porn parody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Gwen
All right.
Stacy walks in with them.
All right. Well, we have a little bit more Marvel. When in doubt, unleash the undead. Marvel Television's top exec is teasing more Marvel Zombies content as fans grow weary of multiversal madness. Whether it's animated chaos or live action gore, the undead might just be Marvel's next big swing. With fans craving stakes and satire, this might be a smart pivot, or one more way to keep the franchise shambling forward. So, tacos on the table. Is Marvel Zombies the cure for multiversal burnout, or just another gimmick with bite?
I'm gonna let you guys go first.
My tacos are on the table. I'm putting tacos on the table. I'm all in with the tacos. I honestly, you guys know I am not a zombie person. I do not like zombies. It took everything I had to watch Last of Us because of the zombie factor. I loved the show. I loved the first season of Marvel Zombies, and I say more zombies. Let's feed the beast. Let's feed it. Nom 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 nom.
yeah, I really loved Marvel Zombies. I thought it was a great like alternate universe type tale. And it's like, and it didn't affect anything going on in the actual MCU. Like it was okay if you didn't see it, if you're a kid or something like that. But it was something extra if you're like a fan like this and you want to see something different. Plus, the way they ended it, like they left it open for so much to happen. I can't wait to see what they can do with this.
Absolutely.
No, I haven't seen it.
Also,
Oh,
oh yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
I have not seen it.
But also, like it took me back to Halloween stuff. Like, there were always like when we were kids, they had Halloween specials for just like everything had a Halloween special for a while. And then it just kind of stopped. And so I like that Marvel is continuously putting stuff out for like the Halloween season. Like
Yeah.
they did that, Werewolf by Night,
Mhm.
and they did it in color. And then there was there was that other one. Oh, the What If one, and then this, and it really seems like they're really like trying to bring that kind of nostalgic stuff back to those of us that are only have inner children and we're no longer children anymore.
All right, Phil, go.
So I'm on board for this. I'm on board for Marvel Zombies, and the show was amazing. It was a really good take in comparison to the comics. They did a really good take on the storyline. As far as multiverse fatigue and superhero fatigue and all the fatigues that are coming, I think that's BS. And the reason I say that it's bullshit. Fans are not fatigued with multiverse and superheroes. They're fatigued with bad story writing. They're fatigued with taking something and making it a MacGuffin that doesn't need to be a MacGuffin. They're fatigued with just taking something and making it lazy, right? Like where fans are fatigued is, oh well, you know what? We don't have an explanation for this, so let's just multiverse it and that's it, right? Like that's what fans are tired of. It's not the multiverse that they're tired of, it's the way that it's being used. The example is Peacemaker. We'll get into this later, but Peacemaker is a good example of how to use the multiverse without making it something that is too much. Invincible was a good example of how to do a multiverse thing and not make it feel like it's too much. So in the end, it comes down to good writing over using it as just a cudgel for your story, right? Like make it a part of the story rather than it being just something that's there and using it as an excuse for this is how we bring this back. This is how we do this. No, like make it something that makes sense in the story. That is my take, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
Awesome. I think that was a great ending for this segment.
Yeah, that was good.
Awesome.
And yes, my slightly rotted tacos are on the table.
Slightly rotted tacos. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
All right, everyone. Well, we stirred the pot, spilled the tea, and maybe raised a few undead. But one timeline's never enough. So we're diving further into Marvel's multiversal madness, where every variant, reboot, and trailer is fighting for screen time.
Also, this is the first part of the download. I should have said something about that. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into this. These stories are going to be a whole bunch of fun because we're focusing on nothing but Marvel here. So,
Make mine Marvel.
Make mine Marvel. The mutants are multiplying, and so are the seasons. And I'm so happy for this. Marvel has officially renewed X-Men 97 for season 3, even before season 2 hits Disney Plus in summer 2026. The animated revival has struck a nostalgic nerve, blending 90s vibes with modern storytelling, with Magneto leading the team and the multiverse creeping in. Fans are bracing for more mutant mayhem. 3 seasons deep and still no cure for the X gene. We're here for it.
Nice.
I
Yay.
love it.
Cool.
I'm excited for this. Also, more luscious locks, Lyncher.
Exactly. It's the luscious locks. That's what everybody cares about.
It is.
You know what impressed
Yes.
me about season 1? Not just like it brought all the nostalgia back, but the way they wove in so many different X-Men storylines on top of each other. Typically, these storylines are kind of like on their own, like maybe one every other year. But the way they were able to kind of piece it all together and have a bunch of these different big X-Men stories kind of happen all at once, I was so impressed
Yeah.
with how they did that.
Yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
The way they took these major storylines and they shortened it. There was an episode where there was 2 big major storylines in it, and it didn't feel like it was crowded. And
Right.
I enjoy that.
Mhm.
Like the Madeline stuff.
Yes.
I was like, if it fit seamlessly, it was so weird. I was like, this isn't how it was in the comics, but this works.
yeah. All the Madeline Pryor stuff was good.
I think that, like, really with that, they had to really go through a lot of storylines to kind of catch us up, get us kind of into
Yeah.
1997, so to speak. But yeah, so and I think that them catching us up is going to really benefit in season 2 and 3 because we could get Mojo. It's just faster. It's just a faster way to get Mojo.
I don't
want
put it
Mojo.
past. I mean, as much as we joke about that, the fact that they brought him back in X-Men 97 season 1 is they've established the character, and that is something that it has more like there's more eyes on it as far as like your casual fans, which means now people are going to be like, well, if it happened here, then it makes sense in the MCU. So I mean, like, they don't necessarily need to do a full transition because the cartoon is a bridge for it.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
And they did
did
did you
see
see the announcement, or they kind of did a New York Comic Con, but the new showrunners for season 2 and moving forward. So they have Eric and Julia Leeward or Leewald and Larry Houston, who I think was at LA Comic Con.
Right. I've actually had multiple conversations with Larry Houston. I've been trying to get him on the show, but then it gets busy. So I
Not
get
anymore. He's a bigwig.
Yeah, I know, right? We're never gonna get Larry Houston back on the show. But Larry Houston, I mean, the original showrunner for the original show. So I mean, like, it's a
Exactly.
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the original showrunners are back for this season. It's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Moving on.
let's jump into the next one here. The Synthezoid saga just got a whole lot weirder. Marvel dropped the first trailer for Vision Quest, and it's packed with multiversal chaos, a human-looking Ultron, Wanda's son Billy, and a storyline that picks up the emotional wreckage of WandaVision. Paul Bettany returns as Vision, but this time he's searching for identity in a fractured reality. If WandaVision broke your heart, Vision Quest might just rewire the whole thing.
I have to tell you this. I'm so sorry about that. I would just had Billy on the brain today. It's supposed to be Tommy. It's
Oh,
Tommy that's going to be in the show.
actually, yeah,
He
they
just
just announced
confirmed Tommy.
Tommy's
Yeah.
actor, right? They announced who is playing Tommy in this.
You might get both.
So
So we'll see.
I'm sure you're gonna
we
get both.
might
We
get
got Billy
both.
in the last one. We're gonna get Tommy in this. I mean, like,
Yeah, I feel like maybe it might be at the end, or they may do like some sort of special thing where it's like Wiccan and Speed. You
Right.
know, that would be cool. That would be a cool special,
And
uh,
since it is,
like
since it
special
is,
presentation. Oh
yeah,
my God, can you imagine?
since it
Like
is
a
going
90
off
minutes.
WandaVision, sorry, you could do like an animated 70s kind of thing too. That's like the adventures of Wicked and Speed, whatever. Like really
Mhm.
lean into it.
Mhm.
Why would you animate? They're young now.
I don't. I'll just say
A Bewitched style Wanda and Vision animated series.
I'm saying you could frame it like a classic. It doesn't necessarily have to be animated. I'm digging myself too well. So
It's just
anyway,
what you're
this
good
sounds
at.
cool. I'm very excited for this.
You should see the backyard.
yeah. Well,
I'm excited for this one. The way Paul Bettany is super excited for this show gets me excited.
he was like, because he was excited for it at LA Comic Con, but he was even more excited at New York. And I think part of it was also because Marvel allowed him to talk about it
Yeah.
at New York, whereas they didn't allow him in
Yeah.
LA to do it. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his boss
Yeah.
was there. Brad Winterbaum was on stage
yeah,
with him.
he's like, I can talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're allowed to say something?
Winterbaum's here, so I can say what I want. Okay, cool.
Yeah, totally.
Brad's like got an earpiece in his thing, and he's like, "Stand down. You can talk." It's like you go.
That's good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. He is a damn good lawyer, and he really is a damn good lawyer. Christian Ritter shared first look footage from Daredevil Born Again Season 2, and Marvel confirmed it'll connect directly to Spider-Man Brand New Day. With Charlie Cox back in the suit and street-level stakes rising, this crossover could redefine Marvel's grounded heroes. With Daredevil Born Again tying into Spider-Man Brand New Day, Marvel's grounding its multiverse in bruises, betrayals, and back alley justice.
Hell yes.
I just like they didn't announce that she was in the show. This was the big announcement that she was in the show.
No,
People knew.
no, they did. Yeah, we've actually
Okay.
talked about it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I know when she like came out on stage, everybody went crazy, but like it was maybe it was just like she wasn't announced to be on stage with
She
them.
hadn't seen her stuff or the trailer, the footage they showed.
That's what it was.
And so she was super excited about that because I saw like a clip of her watching it and just being like giddy like a schoolgirl
Mhm.
because she actually saw herself back on there. So yeah.
Yeah, because I know she knew about it because she had talked about it before. Like she was talking about, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but I am gonna be in season 2. So, and that's where the speculation for a lot of people with like, is Coulter coming back? Are we gonna get Danny Rand? Are we getting the other characters? I know at LACC they were very coy about it. And they kept acting like I don't know what you're talking about. I would love to come back to the series, but they were doing very what's his name? The dude who played Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew.
Yeah, they were doing a very Andrew Garfield style like kind of talk around it because they're just like, we don't want to get in trouble, and people don't know that we're in the series yet. I'm sure if anything, once we get a trailer for season 2, that's when they're gonna reveal at the end, like, oh shit, Mike Coulter's back, and it's gonna be a big deal like that.
Yeah,
That's
They
cool.
can't give everything away like now because then what then we'd just be like, you have to give us the series now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Told us this now. Now we need it. But if they dribble, then
That's kind of what made me second guess myself. I'm like, we've been talking about her being in this show for so long. I'm like, was it always a rumor or did it actually get announced? Is this the announcement? I totally forgot.
Right.
it would We did like a quick bite on it.
Yeah, I
A
remember
couple
that
of
now.
months ago that she was in it, but she hadn't really done much press about it, and I think this probably was her like, "Ooh, guys, look what I'm here,"
Mhm.
So.
Right.
eh.
Right. I'm with it.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. Venom, Gwen, and Daredevil. Oh my! Season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man lands on Disney Plus in fall 2026, and it's bringing Venom, Gwen Stacy, and Daredevil into the mix. The animated series is expanding its roster and raising the stakes, with Peter Parker caught between symbiotes, street fights, and emotional fallout. With great power comes great crossover potential, and this one's pretty stacked.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for this. I don't know if you guys watched, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
it's such a nice fresh take. It's such a good entry point for Spider-Man and getting into the lore. And they're packing the show with so many like guests, whether it's villains or heroes, that sort of thing, even in season 1. So like seeing them push into season 2 and getting this much more, I'm with it. I like it.
Yeah, no, I
I
100%.
didn't finish season 1.
I did. It was great. I really did like the show. I like the way that they did it. I love the way that they subtly brought so many characters in. They did change a couple backgrounds on characters, but they were in ways that I enjoyed so much that I want to see those versions on screen. Like I loved the Osborns. I love the way
Mhm.
that they did Norman and just it made so much sense. He was such a powerful and intelligent character, but so conniving at the same time. And it's like, no, this is what Norman Osborn is supposed to be. So I want to see
That's
that
cool.
take.
Is that Coleman Domingo? Is he the one that's voicing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is
Okay.
I want now after seeing this, I want Coleman Domingo to play Norman Osborn live action because the way he
That'd
played
be
Norman
cool.
Osborn was so on point. And then also them introducing Tombstone and the relationship that Peter and Tombstone had from the beginning, and the way that his fall happens because basically it's I'm trying to protect my little brother, and like this is one of the few cases where you get a villain that I actually am okay with the way that they sympathize the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I typically don't like sympathy for villains, but it's like that was actually pretty good.
Except Thanos.
Thanos is a different monster in itself. Just because the
Just
way
because he's purple?
no, yeah, I know, right? It's because he got the
And
meeks.
Deadpool.
Because he got the meeks.
He's Grimace without a milkshake?
And Deadpool.
Deadpool is
And
not,
Loki.
Deadpool is not so much a villain as he is just an anti-hero. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
And Loki.
okay, I'll give Loki too, because Loki they made a character. They did a really good redemption arc with him. Like
Yeah.
and then they did a good explanation on why he would be evil again, because you get the other universe version of Loki again, and he has to learn to be humble all over again. I enjoy the way that they handled Loki.
How about Joker?
No, the Joker movies.
Wrong universe. Okay.
Yeah. So let's continue on here. Moving on to the next story that I have here. You get it on screen. And sorry. The multiverse giveth, and Andrew Garfield taketh away. In a recent interview, Andrew Garfield slammed the door on Spider-Man return rumors with a blunt, unequivocally fucking no.
Oh my.
While fans were hoping for a brand new day cameo, Garfield's statement makes it clear: no suit, no swing, no sequel. The Spider-Verse may be infinite, but Garfield's patience clearly isn't. Neither is his potty mouth.
Well, fuck that. Oh.
That I just love that. You know what? Leave the tall, scrawny British man alone. If he doesn't want to be Spider-Man again, he doesn't have to be Spider-Man again. Look, the guy is making bank doing these indie rom-com a little off kilter movies that he's doing. I appreciate it. I loved him in Tick Tick Boom. So
I don't think that he's off on it. I think it's just more everybody keeps on trying to get spoilers out of him, and he's just like, I don't fucking know, and I'm not coming back. So kiss my ass.
Right.
And it's on.
or I am coming back, and I can't tell you anything.
Right.
And it's on par. Like he's been known to just flat out lie to the press. Like
He really has.
Yeah.
so,
Mhm.
it's all
He
right.
did it so
Who's the
well.
werewolf?
But he did it so well in the last run with No Way Home,
Mhm.
because everybody was like, "Oh yeah, he keeps saying no, he's not going to be in it and all this other stuff," and he was in it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think this is just like another way of him just saying, "No, I'm not in the fucking movie. Leave me the fuck alone." And it's like, "Oh, I am. I'm just telling you that because I don't want people to
Right. I
And you
don't
know what
blame
that's
him, I
called?
get it.
It's called acting. So
He's
Oh, gaslighting.
an amazing actor.
It's called gaslighting. Yeah, it is also called
Gaslighting.
gaslighting. No, yeah.
So speaking of acting and actors,
Oh,
yeah, really, Hollywood's newest hero is already over the spotlight. Oh man. Marvel's Wonder Man teaser trailer is here, and it's gloriously meta. It really is. The series
It's
follows
awesome.
Simon Williams, a reluctant celebrity turned superhero navigating fame, power, and studio politics. It's satire meets superpowers with nods to She-Hulk and BoJack Horseman energy. If the MCU's feeling self-aware, this might be its most unhinged mirror yet.
this looks great.
It does, and if you know, I love that it's kind of like a reverse take on Wonder Man,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause, like Wonder
Yeah,
Man
yeah.
is very much I'm a superhero that has his own TV show, and he's super full of himself. I love that they kind of flipped it, and it's like I'm an actor who kind of doesn't want to be a fucking superhero. And it's
Right.
like, this is really good.
Right. I think it's great, and I love that we get to find out what happened to the leader of Baravia. And now I had no idea he had this secret filmmaking company in the MCU.
Well,
This is amazing.
He's making propaganda films, clearly.
yeah.
Ah,
Hawk Girl dropped him right into
Right.
the
Right
MCU.
into the MCU, to another universe.
Yep. There you go. She was like, "Get out of our universe,
Right into another cock.
Marvel."
Right into another.
Marvel.
Straight to the MCU.
But yeah, no, I really think this is gonna be great. I do love how they're doing it. I loved the whole like montage of the old 70s,
Wonder Man
clips of the
show.
old
Yeah,
70s Wonder
yeah.
Man
Yeah.
show. And that because it gave me like remember do you guys remember the Kathy Lee Crosby Wonder Woman movie? And like
Kathy Lee
the
Crosby.
TV movies, like the Hulk, Thor TV movie, those
Oh,
Oh
old
yeah, yeah.
like
Okay.
really
Yeah.
cheesy. Yeah, it gave me it. I was it was serving those vibes, and I was eating it up
Red Brown
because
Captain America.
it really, yeah, it really did. I was like, this is amazing. I totally want to watch the show, and to have Ben Kingsley
Yeah.
back as Trevor
Yeah,
Slattery.
I love Ben Kingsley. Well, what's funny is I love in the trailer that they like kind of showed. Wasn't he a terrorist at some point? It was not an actor.
Yeah.
I was like, that's acting. I was hilarious. And and now I'm like, are we gonna get to see Morris again? Did he
I
take
hope
Morris
so.
with him when he
I hope
left?
so.
I'm so
That would
excited.
be amazing. Yeah.
I would love that because I really want to see Simon Williams' reaction if Morris. And he's like,
Does that thing have
what
no
acting
face?
coach are you?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Why does it have wings? Like it's like I like
Right.
your dog. That's not a dog. It's like what the it's wings. I mean, I just want to see that. I just want to see it.
Right.
I love how when Ben Kingsley was the one doing his audition, everybody outside was like, "Man, you hear all that laughter? he's killing it in there." And they're like, "Isn't he a terrorist?" Good.
Oh man. Well,
such a good comedic break. But you were talking about those vibes, like the old Wonder Man show vibes. You know what it reminded me of? And then I was watching some other recaps, and they kind of confirmed it was the Star Trek episode when Kirk fights that lizard man. Yeah, I was like,
yes.
It was like that's like the backdrop. It's like
Yeah.
almost like they filmed it in the exact same place.
They did.
Actually, SHDU has a story.
I
He
have a
told me
story
all
about that.
Okay.
It is called Vasquez Rocks. It is a place right outside of LA. It is just before the studio line where you have to pay actors more. So like after that line, right, I guess, a few miles away from Vasquez Rocks is where you have your union contracts, you have to pay them more. But it's right within that place. And so that's where they filmed a bunch of shit there. That's not a thing anymore. That's why in like the 60s and things, they filmed a bunch of shit. They filmed Star Trek there. They filmed some, serials there and things. And
Yeah.
There's a Galaxy Quest scene that they filmed there, where
right, which was a Star Trek reference. So yeah, so there's a bunch of episodes of Star Trek.
That is interesting.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was intentional.
Yeah, it could have been like
I'm
a county
proud.
line thing or something, but that's
I'm
cool.
so proud. I'm proud.
Fun facts with
I just,
SHDU.
I'm so proud that my lore retention and knowledge is being passed down to the next generation.
Yeah, it's the next generation of nerds. Just taking.
Yes.
Well, let's get into this, guys. We've surfed the timelines, dodged variants, maybe broken a few canon laws, but let's shift gears from the MCU multiverse to what is happening around the other fandoms. Let's plug in to the rest of the download. Jen, take over because it's time to talk about NYCC.
It is. But for more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know what you're nerding out on. And also let us know what you want us to cover.
Right.
We'd love to hear, like, if there are particular fandoms that you would like us to cover that we don't. All right, so let's get into this. First, I love this. The Four Nations just unlocked bonus content. Nickelodeon is going full franchise mode with Avatar: The Last Airbender, announcing a 2026 fighting game and a new animated YouTube series. The game promises elemental combat and character deep cuts, while the series will explore side stories and lore. Forget bending, Aang's exploring his IP options. Oh, my cabbages! I just
My cabbages.
Oh, my franchises.
I absolutely love this. I'm probably gonna play the fighting game. I'm probably gonna challenge a bunch of other nerds to play the fighting game. And then I'm down to see this YouTube series because if they're gonna go deeper into the lore, I'm all for this. I already love the lore in Avatar, so it's like if they're going deeper into it, I'm all in on this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool. I hope they
Love
put it
it.
on. I hope it becomes a PlayStation exclusive, and so that forces you to buy a PlayStation. And then
don't put these things out into the universe, James.
Fuck off, man.
I'm sorry. The zero reaction on your face. I was like, I think he just got mad. The one time you get young Phil mad.
I know.
All right. So, anybody else got a take on the thing?
Cool. This
Nope.
sounds awesome. I'm glad
on
it's
right
happening. I can use more Avatar. Let's move on.
All right, let's do it. If Pal survives this, he's officially action verified. I do love that poster, though. Edgar writes the Running Man reboot stars Glenn Powell as a man on the run in a deadly televised game show. The trailer is all neon, chaos, and commentary on surveillance culture. Is Glenn Powell reading from Ryan Gosling's playbook?
It might be.
Anyone?
I'm very excited for this too. I mean, I've been waiting for more and more on this just because I love the original Running Man for what it was. I mean, obviously, like you go back and watch it, and there's a lot of things that don't like hold up for now and whatnot. But like taking this IP, running with it, but then also metaphorically
running with it.
But then also doing something that is going to be more along the lines of what Stephen King intended with this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm even more excited for it because the book was way more social commentary than the movie was. And I am up for seeing this in its full run. I think Glenn Powell is a good enough actor to carry this type of movie. Yeah, and I'm very excited for this, you know.
Yeah, no, it looks.
I have a little bit different take on it. Well, not really. I think I just come from a different place than you do on this because I mean, I'm lukewarm about the original. I watched it. I think I saw all the Schwarzenegger stuff because that's what you could see at the movies. So, I I didn't not like it, but I was just kind of like, oh, it's another like, oh, we're going to Mars thing. Like it was just another movie for me. I'm really excited about this because it looks more gritty. It looks
Right.
more um dialed into that
Mhm.
surveillance state and not as a almost like we're just blackmailing you into doing this. It's like he
Right.
has stakes in this. And I
Right.
felt like the Arnold Schwarzenegger one didn't really have a lot of stakes. It was almost like they conned him into doing it for like in a certain way. And so I feel like
Right.
this will actually have a lot more character to it and will be a better story. So that's why I want to watch it. And
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of Glenn Powell, but I'm coming around on it. I still want to slap him, but I'm coming around on it.
I do like, and that's what I was mentioning is that it does seem like they're going to be leaning more into the social commentary, into the intention behind the book and everything like that. But I do have to mention that, remember, the original Running Man movie was the first instance that we saw like a true deep fake happen in that movie, in the
Yeah,
sense of what
that's true.
deep fakes
That's true.
are now. Like they predicted that in like 1987 when they made this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Hold on. First
No.
off, let's give respect to the original Running Man because it
Yeah.
had Family Feud's Richard Dawson in it, and he was a G in that show. He was amazing. All right. Secondly, those Arnold Schwarzenegger movies when he goes to Mars and there's women with 3 boobs, don't sleep on that. Okay. It was
Well,
amazing.
I mean, he did.
On the three boobed woman.
Yeah. You know what? That's amazing. As a
We had the
kid
same
You
seeing
know
that,
therapist.
who else has 3 nipples? Chandler Bing.
oh,
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Anyway, all I was going to say is I do not necessarily trust a corporate entity to do a really good social commentary about a surveillance state. At the same time, I think it'll be really good. I'm excited for it. Looks good. It kind of has vibes of what was that one movie?
There's a lot of
Blade
them.
Runner.
Frey that we watched. That was like the similar kind of thing where it's a game
Judge
show.
Dredd.
No, it
Oh,
was comedy.
Squid Game.
Jackpot.
Yeah, Jackpot. It kind of has a little bit of that in there too.
And who's in the jackpot? Who's in jackpot? John Cena.
Aquafina.
Yes. Aquafina.
Liu.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, real quick, before you get to the next story, you mentioned that you did love the poster art for The Running Man. A quick shout out to Drew Struzan. He was the Hollywood poster designer artist for years and years. He just passed away like today, 78 years old.
Oh my
He
gosh.
did all the amazing posters for like Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, all those like
Oh,
very much
cool.
like painted
Yeah,
pieces with all the
yeah.
different symbolism in the posters. So shout out to him, shout out to Drew Struzan. His artwork, Star Wars, his artwork was amazing.
The one that the Mandalorian's new poster is obviously based on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
So, I really don't want to say this now that we talked about somebody dying, but fatalities are back on the menu.
Oh no.
That is the worst transition ever, and it's not
Bad.
intentional.
No.
It was very organic.
Yeah,
All
James-
right, Warner Brothers.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Warner Brothers confirmed you got to find comedy in life's tragedies, right? Warner Brothers confirms Mortal Kombat 3 is happening with Jeremy Slater returning to write the screenplay. Slater, who penned the previous installment, is tasked with upping the ante, more brutal lore, deeper rivalries, and yes, gorier finishers. No casting news yet, but fans are already speculating which fighters will return and which new combatants with a K will enter the arena. The stakes are high, the blood will fly, and Earthrealm's fate is one uppercut away.
Oh yeah.
So we know we already knew that this was something that was coming. We the plan from the beginning was they were doing a movie that was what happened before the tournament, the movie that happens during the tournament, which is the one that's coming out, and then a post-tournament movie, which obviously we know is going to be the third one. So what gives me hope in this is that the studio has enough faith behind this movie that they're greenlighting the third one before the second one comes out. Where I'm also kind of hesitant is they also did that with Halo, and Halo bombed. So
Yeah.
so my thing is there's a little bit of distrust in studios and understanding what fans want, but at the same time, I like the first one enough that, you know, if the second one lands that same way, then I will be excited for the third one. So
Yeah, yeah.
Why you gotta bring up Halo, man? Nobody wants to talk about Halo. Ugh.
I'm just
Sure.
I bring it up specifically because it's the studios not understanding the pulse at all.
I know.
Mhm.
I know. Poor
I
poor
mean,
Mortal Kombat.
it's just gonna get like weirder because the next thing that we're talking about.
So
Here we
yes,
go.
I'm excited about this. If we want to jump to the next story.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I mean, I'm excited about it too. Don't get me wrong. Time to land the plane or crash it one last time. Paramount Plus announced that Yellow Jackets will wrap with season 4. The series has delivered trauma, mystery, and wilderness horror. Yeah, it's genre. And now it's heading toward a final reckoning. The hive is closing with one last sting. I have no idea anything about this. I haven't watched 1 second of it. Graveyard says it's amazing. I'm sure he's upset now. He's probably crying in his beer.
I was gonna say, I'm like, the one thing I know about this show is that Graveyard likes it. I'm like, so it must be gory.
And I mean, with this, like with whatever this is, this looks wild, man.
Yeah.
This looks like a crazy show.
I mean, so I've seen the first season. It's pretty wild. It is a good, decent show. You know,
Mhm.
again, it's I like the idea of it. It's like, you know, you crash land or like a bunch of I forgot what sport they play, but like soccer, a bunch of soccer players crash land, and they have to
Are
survive
you
in the
talking about
wilderness.
Alive?
No, this Yellow Jackets. They have to survive in the wilderness, but like season 2 is them coming back to civilization after having, you know, having to be like they cannibalized.
Lord of the Flies type thing.
They've like really Lord of the Flies did
Mm.
until they
That's what I'm saying,
figured it out. They come back to civilization and it's reintegrating with like regular people, and it's nuts.
Ah. Oh,
You
okay.
know-
That's also Alive, the movie Alive. That was about a soccer team that crashed in the Andes and had to survive. Anyway, moving on. What's going
All right.
on?
The one thing I will say about Yellow Jackets, I like that they're ending with a season 4. What that tells me is that they're telling a good story. Like, I know some people are really, really into the show. Some people haven't touched it yet. Totally cool. But knowing that they can contain the story and be like, let's just tell it here and be done and move on, I'm good with that. Because it has some big cast members. There's Christina Ricci's in it. You know, Juliette Lewis. There's a lot of big names in the show. So for them to like say, all right, we're done with it, says a lot about the storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. We should be
Sorry,
doing that.
go ahead.
All right. So the Enterprise is boldly going off course. The first look at Star Trek Strange New World Season 4 shows the crew stranded in deep space. Captain Pike's mission just got a lot more complicated, and fans are bracing for cosmic curveballs. Strange New Worlds meet Strange New Survival Mode.
Speaking of Yellow Jackets and eating people, all right.
There you go. Yeah.
Our 5-year mission
you
to get
know,
lost in space, like another franchise in space.
Vulcans are on the menu. All right.
Man. And not just every 7 years.
uh,
All right, so
right. No,
that's a
it's
deep cut joke.
I
It's
think
it's a deep cut
yeah, it
joke.
is. It is. It's okay.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway, no,
I
this
like that
sounds
they're
fun.
doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Isn't this the last
Again,
season for this too?
I believe
Isn't this
so.
like
I
the
believe it is.
final season?
I have
Yeah,
not been
so
keeping up with Strange New Worlds, but partially because I'm now kind of protesting Paramount for various reasons. But
oh, okay.
You're gonna love the next story too.
yeah.
Wait, I was going to ask.
Oh
like,
no, I know.
You know, I was gonna hold on. We talked about Paramount and Star Trek. They've invested a lot. They've come out with a lot of Star Trek shows. But what I'm interested in is how many people are picking up these shows. Like, what's the audience like for these shows? Like, Discovery and what is it? Brave New. What is this one? Strange New World.
Strange New Worlds.
And then they have there's a couple new ones, and then Lower Decks. Like, are these landing? Are these
Some of them are
starships landing?
Some of them are. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like they're mixed, very mixed. Discovery started kind of weak and then ended a little stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Some people liked Picard, most people didn't. Lower Decks, I think, was really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that was a very niche fan base.
Yeah, and then everyone loves Strange New World, so
okay,
okay,
cool.
Yeah, and then we'll see about this next one. I'm looking forward to it. So let's move on.
Okay. Anything else, Phil?
No, I'm good.
Okay. College, the final frontier. The trailer for Star Trek Starfleet Academy introduces a new generation of cadets navigating mystery, danger, and Federation politics. It's Hogwarts meets warp speed. With the Federation in tatters, which of these unlikely misfits will earn the uniform?
Klingon, 100%.
Did you guys see the trailer for this?
I have, because of course I have.
I have as well. You got Phil? James?
I haven't seen the trailer for it yet. I didn't know there was a trailer out for it, so I need to go watch it now.
I actually stumbled upon it on Instagram, and it's a really good trailer. Like I was not thinking that this show was that, and I was very I want to get me some Paramount here because that looks pretty good. So
yeah. No, it looks really good.
It's a really good trailer.
But yeah, no, it looks really good. I don't know. Again, I think all of these have had good trailers, and regardless, but no, I'm looking forward to it. It's an interesting idea that they've been trying to do for a long time to do a Starfleet Academy series. I do think it's interesting that it's after Discovery, that it's in like the 31st century, I think. Because there's a whole thing there. But yeah, it's in the 31st century. And so it's very, very far in the future. It's the Federation's in tatters, as we said. And so I'm curious as to why they didn't set it in, the Next Generation era or something. But I'm curious about it. I'm interested because it is exploring new ground, and hopefully we're not going to have a bunch of legacy stuff, and hopefully we're not going to have a bunch of, it's going to be kind of new stories with the theming, and I'm interested what kind of we're going to get a little bit more ground level of the Federation and of Starfleet, and what does that look like? What do the internal politics of Starfleet look like? And so
and how they may tie it back into what we know of Star Trek, That's
right, exactly. And talking about, now we're in an era of time, an era of the franchise where a lot of the things that made up the Federation, a lot of the morals, a lot of the the lessons and things have kind of been forgotten or have been thrown by the wayside. There is no Federation anymore, or at least there is one, but it's very, very small. And so it's going to be exploring, can kind of dissect those morals and the foundations of that and be like, well, was this good? Was this, or should we try something new? Yeah.
Is this the furthest, in like a timeline, whether it's the Kelvin timeline or whatever? This is the furthest thing out there?
Yeah, this is by far the furthest thing out there.
Okay. The Kelvin timeline takes place right after, I think. God, what's the series where Data's a captain?
We did as a captain.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It takes place right after Star Trek Nemesis, the movie, and
Yeah,
that's the divergence point from the prime timeline. Then they go back to
because
the
it's
original series.
it's still with what I'm trying to say is it's still within like the lifetime of some of the characters that
Yeah, because Picard takes place after the divergence point of
Mhm.
the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Picard
But-
was previously the furthest, but yeah,
I think what I was getting at is that I know Discovery did this crazy time jump.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
So this is after Discovery.
that's
Okay.
after the crazy time jump in Discovery. It's the 31st century. So
Got it.
yeah,
I wonder if what they're trying to do with this is they want to do something kind of like how where people in Star Wars want more things that are like not related to the Skywalkers, and they're like, hey, we want to create a series where they're not related to all of the characters we know and love, and
yeah.
it's something that is new and it's so far away that there's no way it can be connected to a Pike
Kirk.
Kirk or Picard or
like
Cisco or
Spock.
Janeway or
yeah, like you're not related to any of these characters, but
Tuvix.
it's in the future where you can talk about the exploits of these characters, or you can talk about things that haven't happened, but make mention of like certain things and gives you an excuse to go back and do another show.
And it is kind of a soft reboot, if we're being honest, too.
Yeah.
I imagine that the people they introduce here, if this does well, if this is popular, will be, hey, now we're going to do a new show with this captain from Academy. So
Good point.
I mean,
Graduated and now he's got a ship.
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
you know. And again, last point I'll make is it's nice because it's kind of like how the Kelvin timeline was. You know, right after they got out of Starfleet Academy, I can't speak. Right after like Kirk got out of the Academy and everything like that, so you kind of get some rumblings of the way the Academy works, but not fully. And this is a way to say, hey, let's go like deep into this, but in a timeline where the Federation isn't as strong as it was.
Yeah. So no, it's really I'm excited for it. I really am. I need to catch up on Star Trek. I know that Paramount is not good right now, but I feel like I
just gotta say, y'all are real big nerds.
Oh, we are.
Look at the name of the show.
Yeah, it's in the title.
Are you now just figuring this out? Like,
it's called Distance Nerding.
Oh my gosh. I thought that was a typo. All right.
It's supposed to be Distance Nording, but you know.
Yeah.
That's for all of our buddies in Norway. Shout out to Johnny. Shout out to Johnny and Sunny.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
All right. Moving on.
Oh, Mark Grayson's back, and so is the collateral damage.
Oh, God,
Amazon dropped the first teaser for Invincible Season 4, promising more blood, betrayal, and existential dread. I don't know how to say that word. J.K. Simmons returns as Omni-Man, still voicing the world's worst dad. The punches hit harder, and so do the feelings.
Yeah, with the way that they ended the last season, with the way they ended season 3, I cannot wait for this because I want to see the way that he fights. What was the villain that was beating the living crap out of him at the end of the show?
I don't know, like Ultra Might number 7. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a Viltrumite, but like he had his name was like Legion or something like that. It was he had like
yeah.
He had like a name like that. And that dude was so badass.
Is it Thrag?
No. Like I said, the name that he had was something like Legion. It was something like it was like one of those. Like he was meant to be like an entire one.
Got it.
Right. Yeah, he was like the guy that you send to kill the.
Right. Like my hope is they've been kind of working towards a redemption for Nolan. So it's kind of like I want to see there be some type of redemption for Nolan where he comes back to Earth, fights this dude, and this like I kind of want it to create tension between Mark and Ollie, because Oliver's kind of on the edge as it is. Right.
Yeah.
So I want to see Nolan come back and it sparks something in Oliver where he becomes more violent and more kind of like more of a Yeah, like
Viltrumite.
he becomes more Viltrumite, and maybe Nolan has to like rein him in and rein him back.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah, you know, where like I said, like you have this kind of redemption arc in Nolan where he's starting to see the bad in the Viltrumites, which I never thought that you were going to see Omni-Man like kind of slightly become a good guy, but he's not there yet, and I kind of don't want him to fully be a good guy, but I want to see like there be a redemption where it's like my family means more to me than taking over the entire universe.
Well, my take on this is I want to see Omni-Man beat the ever-loving shit out of Mark because this boy needs to learn a lesson about taking the villain away from the frickin' city. Okay? These people don't need to keep having to rebuild their lives over and
This is why the
over
Department of
and
Damage
over
Control was
again.
invented, people.
Oh,
Look at that. Even that screenshot.
if I were a
give it a look
Viltrumite,
at that. Sorry.
I
Go.
would go down and I would spank that boy so hard. He deserves it.
Yeah.
And then I would teach him some manners about other people's things. That's what I have to say.
Okay, so the dude's name was Conquest. The guy I'm thinking of, his name is Conquest. No, I that's where I don't feel like Nolan would do that because he came to destroy the planet to begin with. So I mean, like I said,
He
I
came to
don't
rule the planet.
know. He came to destroy the planet, so then that way it was easier for the Viltrumites to take it over.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to. Mark will just do it for him. Just like get him to another city. Eventually, he'll take out everybody.
That is partially why the government hates Mark to an extent, but I mean also because Mark is the strongest one that there is. That they're like,
He's so rude. Rude child.
We're moving
All
on.
right. Okay. Speaking of children.
right. Sorry, I didn't take the
Rude child. Disney's latest fantasy grab is anything but subtle. Disney has picked up Impossible Creatures, a sprawling fantasy saga with dragons, hybrids, and world building galore. It's giving Percy Jackson meets Pokemon, and the merch potential is terrifying. Move over, Labubu. These creatures are the new vibe. Expect theme parks, plushies, and lore drops by 2027.
That's 100% the only reason Disney bought this franchise.
Oh yeah.
Is so that people like James will buy like 1,000
Oh yeah.
plushies.
Kidding me?
And fill
As
up
I keep saying, money.
Yeah. I went to the
And the
Labubu
reason
Pop Mart store and I'm like, and I was looking at the Disney ones. I'm like, I want it.
Am I the only one that thinks Labubus are kind of terrifying?
No, look,
Okay.
Labubus are monchichis with
Mhm.
slightly larger ears, and they have like innards that like light up certain parts of their face. That's it.
Anyway,
They're just monchichis. This is just recycled. And I wasn't into the monchichis when they first came out. Why would I like Labubus now?
before we go on a tangent about Labubus, this looks interesting though. It is totally just for merch, but it looks interesting. It looks like kind of a I don't know. I don't want to say Fantastic Beasts because that's too like those were bad, but but it has that kind of vibe to it.
Isn't Impossible Creatures basically the same thing? Like Impossible Creatures, Fantastic
Make
Beasts.
it possible.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It is. Yeah. No wonder I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I actually looked up like I was like, what is Impossible Creatures? What the heck is this thing? I looked it up. It's this huge series. They've had a game. They had a game, and there's tons of books by Mockstop, and it's just it's crazy. But there's like dragons, there's like and the dragon is like a Komodo dragon with bat wings. And like so they aren't like your traditional type of looking things. And so I think that was kind of it. But saying that it's like really world building galore, I think that's probably the hook for these is that because a lot of kids, especially when you're younger, and these books are meant for like 9 to 12-year-olds, that's when you want a world build. That's when you are building your own
Mhm.
worlds in your head. So I think it's really cool. And if it's done well, it could be very successful.
Oh, this is really cool. I didn't even look at. Yeah, this is awesome. It's like steampunk and
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
all
really
about there's
interesting. I was like,
environmental undertones. It's good. Okay,
and they're
I'm
the
in.
new Labubu's.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's I see it now.
I can't wait for the
Disney
next
said.
con season. I can't wait for the next con season to see James walking around with a bunch of Labubus on his bag.
Why don't you just come over now? I got a bunch of Labubu.
They've got little needles in very specific parts
Yeah.
of them, you know.
Car payment?
Yeah.
Nah, let's get some Labubus.
They might actually be worth something until that bubble pops. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
There
I'm
you
I'm
go.
excited for this because going back to what Disney said and working on new IP and building out new IP. This is a good dive into them saying, all right, let's build something up and see what we can do with this. And honestly, this is very much, Harry Potter meets Pokemon type thing. There's tons of room, like what you said, for merchandising and whatnot, and grab people with a new IP. Okay, Disney, let's see what happens.
Well, it sounds cool. I'm curious. So,
yeah.
Speaking
You
of
know what else you might be curious about?
speaking of Disney IP.
Rapunzel might be getting a Black Widow upgrade.
Oh, there we go.
Disney's live-action Tangled is officially back in development, and Scarlett Johansson is reportedly circling the project. Whether she's Rapunzel or Mother Gothel, the casting is buzz. The casting buzz is already tangled, just like that sentence.
Along with your tongue.
Hair, drama, and chaos casting. Just another Disney Tuesday.
All right, I have two things.
I think she has said that she wants to be Mother Gothel. I think that's what she said.
And I think she fits Mother Gothel better. Also,
definitely.
hot enough to be Mother Gothel. Remember, we have a whole episode where we talked about
Yes,
how
I wasn't on
So
that
okay,
one, but I saw it.
I have two things. First of all,
Mhm.
I am probably not going to see this movie, but I will walk in on it randomly. I will walk in on my mother watching it randomly, and then end up watching the whole movie. Second thing is, I was going to say before you were like, "Oh, Scarlett Johansson must be
Sorry.
Mother Gothel," I was going to say Catherine Hahn, but that's me.
I think that's
Catherine
too
Hahn would be
close.
good.
I feel like it's too close to Agatha for her.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Whereas like Scarlett Johansson, I think she fits the character. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
she obviously she wouldn't be Rapunzel. She's I don't want to say she's too old, but she is too old to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel should be someone that's like
In the teens.
late teens to early 20s.
No, because
Yeah,
she turns
yeah.
18.
Well, that but I'm saying the actress, because a lot of
Yeah.
actors in their 20s will play
Yeah.
people that are
Mhm.
18 and stuff. So like the actress, whoever the actress is, should be in their late teens to early 20s.
Yeah.
She kind of fits the age demographic for Mother Gothel and is kind of like more of a, well, I mean, Mother Gothel is a hot older chick. Scarlett Johansson is generally hot. So there we go.
Yeah.
Smoke show Mother Gothel. That's what
Smoke
we need.
show Mother Gothel. I mean, she already was a smoke show. So I mean, like even more so.
Yeah.
Hot Gothel.
That was the name of the
Hot
episode.
Gothel.
And
Hot
we talked about
Gothel.
when she had
Or
that lawsuit. When she had that lawsuit against Disney, and part of her settling that was like, hey, I'm gonna get other roles and I'm gonna get producing rights.
Yeah.
This is probably one where she's gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
I'll be in it,
Yeah.
but you got to give me executive producer, credentials and blah blah blah. So I could see that happening.
Right.
I'm down with this. Go
I
Scarlett.
am too.
I am
And
too. I would like her to. I like that she wants to play a mother role
Yeah.
because let's
And-
face it, she's been playing the bombshell role for a bit
Mhm.
now.
She played a mother role in a movie recently. She was the mom in Jojo Rabbit.
That is true. She was the mom in Jojo Rabbit. That was such a cute film. I loved that film.
Yes.
And I
And
can't
Mother
believe I'm
Knows
saying
Best.
that was a cute film and it had Hitler in it. But okay, whatever.
But it was a Jewish guy playing Hitler, so we're probably okay. And it was
Right.
Taika
Yeah,
Waititi.
that's true.
Mother knows best.
Yeah.
Listen to her, mumsy. Mother knows. Sorry, am I still talking?
All right. So
This man is doing
from
way too
a
much time.
tangled mess to Westeros is back, and it's grim, gritty, and short. The first trailer for A Knight of the Seven Kingdom teases a grounded pre Game of Thrones. I almost said pre-game. A pre Game of Thrones adventure, but fans are side eyeing the episode runtimes. 30 minutes in Westeros. Good luck surviving winter. The sword may be long, but the episodes are not.
I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so with this in general, we don't need long episodes for this, given the story that they're
No.
telling, right? I going into this, I knew we were going to talk about this week, and I was going to go right into the story, but after listening to comicbook.com, I have to go the way of Kofi and not spoil what I know, because I
Yeah.
know, I think the majority of us in this on this episode right now know about this story about Duncan Egg.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't want to spoil it for people who don't know the Duncan Egg story, but the twist that does pop up in this is awesome.
Yep.
The twist for
Yeah.
fans that don't understand. This is a really good middle ground between House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones. And and I'm hoping they kind of go deep into some of the lore on this, depending on where they're going, because there are certain stories within Duncan Egg that are like, God, this is a really good story, and I want to see it on screen. So I'm excited for this. I was surprised by the tone.
Yeah.
Because the tone in the trailer is very fun and whimsical and kind of, it's very much almost comedy like.
Yeah.
But I
Well, I
think
mean,
I think it's a
the
swerve.
novellas are very have a lot of comedy in them though.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm
Too.
saying. I think it's a swerve because if you know what happens in Dunkin' Egg, then you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think it's part.
I mean, the overall story is not necessarily that comedic, but the the stuff between Dunk and Egg is always really comedy driven. So
Yeah, because
I
it's the
definitely
dynamic is what fuels it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've actually read all of the novellas
Mhm.
on here. So and they're doing the seasons are like one novella. So that's why it's 30 minutes long. It's because there's something that's like 200, it's like 225 pages, I think, is what these novellas are. So it ain't a lot of story. Uh so I think that's why they're 30 minutes long. And let's face it, I kind of like that they're 30 minutes long. I love that the dramas are an hour, but I love 30-minute shows too because you get through them like that. I'm like, you're just like, oh, I just watched like seven episodes of this,
Yeah.
you know. So I think it's gonna be fun, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait because I love this. Dunkin' Egg, ever since reading it, is like my favorite. So I say
And
that
there-
about every one of these, but it is.
And there's no rules when it comes to, show length. So if they've released some and here's like 30-minute episodes, or season one's 30-minute episodes, and then next season gets a little bit grittier and they do longer episodes, okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
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 I mean, as long as they tell the stories. I mean, as long
Yeah.
as they overall tell the story that is meant to be told, I don't find a problem with them being 30 minutes. I think people are just like, I want more of it, but at the same time, it's like I don't think people are going to be as upset when they see the stories and when the story goes down, because again, it is a short story that they're writing out for an entire season. Dunkin' Egg was a really good story. Again, when they do the twist and you find out who, well, I mean, we already know they've said it in the trailer. We already know he's Sir Duncan the Tall, but when you find out who Egg is, yes,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
For
Well, not even just
reference,
that, but the whole like what happens
Yes.
in that story
yes,
is also kind of like, whoa. I'm actually really excited for next season because second book is my favorite. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I love it. So anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead.
real quick for reference, Peacemaker season 2 episode 7 was 33 minutes long, and then episode 8 was 57 minutes long. So
Yeah, you can
almost
do
double that.
whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm really excited for this. I'm always excited for more Westeros stuff, even though we got burned. On,
Mhm.
burned, that's funny. On Game of Thrones, a
We-
lot of seasons.
A lot of
We
people got
did, but
burned.
also, and I'm just again, I don't want to linger on this, but just keep in mind that we're getting Dance of the Dragons in the next season of
Hot
House of the
D.
Dragon.
of
Hot
Hot
D.
and they saved because everybody was pissed that battle didn't happen at the end of season 2. But it's like, yeah, because they're putting 2 of them in season 3. Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
putting 2 of them in season 3, and season 3 is gonna start fucking hot.
Hot D.
Because literally we're getting Dance of the Dragons in season 3, so it's
Yeah,
it's
but no, I love the universe, and so I'm always excited to revisit it.
Yeah.
So,
Dragons. Okay. So from Duncan the Tall to another tall, dark, handsome man. Oh, my back. I'm Batman. Warner Brothers Animation is developing a full animated saga based on Batman Nightfall, the iconic comic arc where Bane breaks Bruce Wayne physically and psychologically. The project will span multiple films and explore Gotham's descent into chaos as Bruce recovers and Jean Paul Valley, aka Azrael, takes up the cowl. No voice casts announced yet, but fans are hoping for a mix of legacy talent and fresh blood. I love fresh blood. In Gotham, the night always falls, but this time, the bat might not rise.
ooh,
This is one of my
no.
all-time favorite Batman stories. This Court of Owls,
Mhm.
and there's a couple of different other ones that don't immediately come to mind. Court of Owls is one of my all-time favorites, but this
No Man's Land.
No Man's Land is another really good one.
Long Halloween.
Long Halloween is
Oh,
another
yeah.
one of my favorites. Hush, obviously, another one of my favorites.
Mhm.
But Nightfall, just because it all leads into so much. You have John Paul Valley, and then when we take it away from John Paul Valley, Batman comes back for a little bit, but then Dick Grayson takes over as Batman. Like, I'm hoping that we get all of that. You know, I would love to see, especially if they're doing it as a saga. That means we're not just getting one of these, we're getting multiple movies. The same way, yes, the same way that they did Son of the Bat, right? Because they did like 5 movies for Son of the Bat,
Mhm.
right? The Damian Wayne storyline. So it's like I want more stuff like that where you have multiple movies spanning across an entire comic line, especially with Nightfall, because oh man, the intelligence and the brutality that Bane has not truly been put on screen. Closest was Dark Knight Rises, because they gave him that intelligence, they gave him that brutality, but it still doesn't come close to the way he is in the comics. And
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see the version of Bane that is so smart that he can outsmart Batman.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this. You know, that's
Me too.
my take on this.
yeah.
I have mixed feelings on it being multiple films. Like, I like that they're going to tell a big story, but what are those individual films going to be like? Like, telling the big story. I wonder if it's going to be valuable versus
It'll
like it is a big story that they're just chopping into pieces.
It'll have to be like Batman will have to be like incapacitated in the first one pretty quickly. And then I know Dick Grayson takes over for just a little bit
Mhm.
at the beginning, and that's until Jean Paul Valley uh comes in on the scene. And so I would think that might be the first one, like where we get introduced to Jean Paul Valley, and like we think, oh, this is gonna be great. He's so amazing. He's gonna be a great Batman. And then the second one, we start seeing him just like devolve into madness because
The
of the powers
descent
he
of
has as
Jean Paul
Batman.
Valley. Yeah, like this the descent
Yeah.
into just brutality and the monster that is Jean Paul Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third one's gonna be the big, like the fight between Jean-Paul Valley and Dick Grayson, where Dick Grayson kicks his fucking ass like
He does.
a little bitch. And then and then that's when we get Azrael.
Mhm.
So out of that, he kind of realizes, oh, I was being a big old dick. So I'm gonna not
But
do
not a
that
big old Dick
anymore.
Grayson.
I'm gonna be Azrael. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I it could be done. It was a huge story. It was like crossover from like all the Bat books. So it was like 8 different books, and it was like 6 months long. There's a lot of story in there. So they definitely have enough to do 3 movies.
And I mean, I've always felt that it would be a good crossover for lore wise if you take Nightfall and then put the Battle for the Cowl right next to it, because
Yeah. Yeah.
the Battle
Yeah.
for the Cowl, considering what happens with all of that, one of my favorite things with Battle of the Cowl that they could integrate with all of this is when Dick becomes Batman, Damian becomes his Robin, and the relationship that Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne have together
Mm-hmm.
is something like, it's so cool to see them because he sees him as a big brother, and
Yeah.
Dick is like, so like, me and Jen have argued this many times. Dick is the best version of Batman. He is
Yes.
Batman. If you had a perfect Batman, Dick Grayson would be him.
But he also deserves to be his own person.
Well, that's why he's so good as Nightwing. But I mean, like, you know, like if you had a perfect Batman, like Dick Grayson is that evolution. Dick Grayson is, you take all of the skill that Batman has and you take away all of the trauma, different kind of trauma, but you take away the specific trauma that Batman has. And you get Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's stop talking about this because we've been talking about this the most.
Yes.
Like all of it. And we need to stop because we've got a transition. I have a transition right here in front of me that I'm going to read right now.
Get it?
We've zipped through the headlines, kind of, dodged a few trailers, and maybe caught a shield to the head, but now it's time to slow the scroll. Let's zoom out and dig in. This is the story shaping the fandom, stirring debate, and trending up.
Indeed it is.
This is the story of a peacemaker.
Yep.
The trend up. All right, here we go. Turns out the real final boss was audience disappointment. Oh my goodness. Let me get through this and then we can discuss. The
Yeah.
Peacemaker season 2 finale has fans fuming across social media with reactions ranging from not good TV to so effing bad. What started as a cult hit for the DCU and James Gunn's offbeat tone now faces accusations of tonal whiplash, rushed arcs, and finale that undercut its own emotional stakes. Some blame the broader DCU reset, others say the show lost its edge. Either way, the finale has fractured the fandom, and not in a multiversal way. For a show built on chaos, this ending might have gone too far off the rails. Did Peacemaker lose its punch, or is this just the price of playing in a rebooted universe? Okay. First off, did everybody see Peacemaker
Yes.
season 2?
Yes.
I've seen it. Everybody's
Okay.
All right. So
Yep.
you want to just
Yep.
like go between like we'll
So,
start with someone and then
Shadu, what you want to? You're doing a lot with your hands. What do you think about Peacemaker season 2?
I'm probably gonna have the most lukewarm take here.
Okay, Luke, warm it up.
It's about the temperature of a tauntaun. No. So I was a little disappointed. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I thought the first part of it, like the first part of the episode, the acting was a little simply because I think it kind of, I don't know. I thought they were kind of spelling too much stuff out. They were really telling, not showing a lot of it. And then he got out and whatever. It was a lot to pack into the last episode. I think that's what the problem is. I think it needed like 3 more episodes to develop all of this and to get it all out. Because just doing one long last episode was not enough. We needed another couple of episodes to really build all this up and really figure out what we were doing. There were interesting ideas being thrown forth. There were interesting things. It felt really, really rushed, and that's the problem. And yeah, and I wish we had seen a little bit more of Earth X too. I think that was kind of a missed opportunity. I wish we'd followed up a little. I'm sure we will at some point in the universe follow up on the Keith stuff.
Like once you got the reveal, you're like, okay, let's see what's happening over here. Versus just a mural.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah,
Mein Kampf on the table.
Yeah, it was like there was a little bit of missed opportunity there. We could have explored a little bit more. Could have been more nuanced. Could have been, well, not nuanced, but could have been more like, oh, let's really explore how this works and why it's bad. And we need to be telling people why the Nazis were bad at this point. So let's do some of that.
Before we get to Frey, I want to ask you. So episodes 1 through 7 versus episode 8. What was your take on like the rest of the season versus how the season wrapped?
I do think it like the rest of the season was really pretty good. Again, I think everything was just a little rushed. I can kind of, looking back, like retroactively, see everything was a little rushed. So, but generally it was pretty good. I mean, it was a little confusing, but I think we wrapped everything up. It is funny that everybody clocked Earth X so quickly too. It is very funny to me. And I feel like that may have ruined a little bit of it for some people. So, all right, Frey, go.
Well, to answer, like to kind of comment on you think that ruined it for everybody a little bit. I think that was by design, to be honest with you, that James Gunn wanted everyone to think that was the twist, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
The twist was what came at the very end of the last that they were trying to find a prison planet. That's why they wanted the portal that was stable. So so I think it was that kind of double twist thing. I came at it a different way. In comic book story arcs, everything, all the battles and everything, they're just like, oh, it's over a whole bunch of episodes, right? It's like, or issues, right? So you have like this arc that's like 6 issues long, right? And 5 of those issues it's the battle, it's us getting through it. And the last issue is jam-packed of them all resolving everything, and you get a teaser for the next story arc. And so that's how I took it. I was like, oh, this is just your comic book story arc ending. And we're getting, it's all good vibes. Everybody's happy. So of course somebody's going to come in and pee in the punch. So I expected something. Because I knew, because James Gunn's, this is going to tie directly into Man of Tomorrow. And I think it does. I don't think it took anything away from the story that came before it. And I really feel, I felt like this was it was almost a parody of the genre of, okay, here's the action thing. And now we're all good. It's great. And montage after montage, after he said he doesn't really like the montage, he thinks it's kind of hacky. And so I took it as the comic book panels, like where you see people putting stuff in their not really any talking or anything, and they're putting stuff in their offices and they're getting back to, the new Teen Titans, they did it all the time. They would come back to their little T headquarters, and they'd all go to their rooms and have a little sleep or shag or whatever. Depending on who they were. But
Titan
I
Tower,
didn't see anything wrong with it.
If you're Starfire,
if
you're Starfire and Dick Grayson, then yes.
Yeah.
Look,
your name is literally Dick. Like, come on.
All right, young Phil, what did you think of season 2 as a whole, and then how the season 2 wrapped?
I love the season as a whole. There were a lot of things that I was able to predict pretty early. We were all talking about Earth X. My cameo that I wanted, I kind of almost was like waiting for Overman to show up and have somebody else play Nazi Superman. But it didn't happen. That was fine because we were in that universe and everything that happened. But I called it from the beginning, and I think it was. I think actually, James, it was something that you had said that put me onto it and made me pay attention to it. And I think it was like the first time he went in there, he goes, "Did you notice that there was nobody brown in there?" And I immediately was like, "It's Earth X. It's Earth X. It has to be Earth X." And I like went off on that and looked for every sign that it was Earth X every time we went back there.
Yeah.
And it ended up being that. So I mean, like we called that. I thought that the way that they wove the storyline was good. There was a lot of emotion between Harcourt and
Chris.
I wanted to say John, but it was but it's not John. That's Economos. But I mean, like I love the way that they told the story. You know, in general, you know, I love the updates on a lot of these characters. You know, we've seen Vigilante in the past, and I love the way that he reinvented Vigilante for this series in season 1, and even more expanding on season 2. Like basically, he's a giant 12-year-old that never grew up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like he's got that whole, he's still in that like rebellious fuck you mom stage, and just never grew out of that, you know. And it's just like, what, your mom is like the nicest person in the world. Anyways, season finale. A lot of people were talking about like how rushed it felt. A lot of people talked about how they didn't like this and like that and all these other things. This was a setup for Salvation Run. So I mean, if you're not unfamiliar with the comics, go check out Salvation Run. You know, it's a setup for it. I mean, especially at the very end when Chris is on the planet and he hears a bunch of monsters, it's like, oh no, this is Salvation Run. This is literally the planet that they go to because they thought it was an uninhabited planet, and it's got nothing but monsters, like the monsters of your nightmares on it that they didn't realize were there. And what I love is, you know, this is directly going to tie into the New Gods. Because this originally the planet that they're on is a planet where Orion trains. He was a training planet for him to like train himself, and he goes and fights these monsters.
The parademons too,
and the parademons. So I mean, like I again, this is a complete setup for Salvation Run, and them saying that they're going to set up, that they're setting up for future implications within the DCU. This is a place where they put supervillains. Like this is a place where they put supervillains in this prison planet in order to keep them. And they basically, again, Lord of the Flies, it becomes a supervillain Lord of the Flies. So I mean, like again, there is setup for this. And I was not upset with the way that everything went. Also getting checkmate at the end when they said, "Oh yeah, we're not getting season." I think me and Jen talked about this when they said that we are not getting a season 3 of Peacemaker. Well, it's because we're getting season 1 of Checkmate.
Yeah, and did I not say that we were going to get Checkmate? Did
You
I
did.
not say that? I said that like before Superman. I said that when he was just talking about stuff. Well, this might come out over here, and this might do over here, and da da da.
Yeah.
I was like, we're getting Checkmate. I know it's going to happen, and bam.
Especially considering where Checkmate falls in line with, like specifically Checkmate as an organization falls in line with Salvation Run. Like they're the ones that are grabbing all the villains and black bagging these villains. They're basically the second generation of Suicide Squad, and they're over here just like throwing people into they're DC's equivalent to the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And they're basically black bagging all these villains and throwing them on the planet. So I mean, like he's completely set up Salvation Run just in this last episode. But if you don't know the comics, because the thing is James Gunn is not holding anyone's hands, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like other comic book universe, they'll hold your hand through everything. He's just setting it up, and you're gonna learn as we go. He's setting up storylines for way down the road, and I feel like if you really want to get into this and you want to know where the story is going to go, well, I just gave you the name, right? Go check out Salvation Run, and that's going to give you an idea of where the storylines are going to go. It's not going to go exactly that way, but this is where you can get an idea of how things are going to happen, and that also will give you context to how Man of Tomorrow is going to work. Yeah.
No, my only really most of my problem was just I liked where they went with it. I liked all the story decisions and everything. It's really just it felt like it needed about 3 more episodes. That's literally pretty much it.
And
I
we're
like
getting
all
3
the
more episodes in the next season of the show.
Sure, but I'm saying to set up to set all this up, to really
Yeah.
let it simmer and like, okay, one episode
That's-
checkmate, one episode is this. I think that's
Mm.
Anyway, James, what were your thoughts?
And your thoughts, sir?
So my take is yes, there was a lot of like nerd heavy guessing. This is Earth X. This is not Earth X. We know what's gonna happen. James Gunn does an incredible job of telling stories that we think we know and making them adapt into something else that is completely new, but also telling some good character stories. I think the good part about like not knowing what Earth X is and leaving it out there, but also kind of backfired because when you talk about salvation and you talk about checkmate for the nerds, you may know it or you may go investigate it, which is great. Like, okay, let me go pick up a comic book and see what this is about. And maybe that's what he wanted to do was have people pick up comic books and go, let me go learn about the salvation run. Let me go learn about checkmate, that sort of thing. I think for the average fan, I think that's where a lot of the backlash starts to happen because it's like you leave me with a bit of a cliffhanger and some untold, like, where is this going with checkmate, salvation, and it's like you want me to know what it is, but you're not telling me what it is, and I think that big of a cliffhanger kind of missed the mark because it wasn't like a cute little bow wrapped up
Mm.
on things.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you
there
guys want
was
the bows.
so there was a bit where he showed Peter Safran a cut of the episode where it ended with checkmate. You know, before
Mhm.
spoiler alert, before Peacemaker gets nabbed and put in over
It's
at Salvation, and Peter Safran was like, "Well, you have to put in Salvation. Like you have to do that. You have to like lead where it's gonna go." So he's like, "All right, let's do it." So it's a little interesting because it's such a cliffhanger for like what's gonna happen
Yeah.
next, and knowing like we're not gonna do a Peacemaker season 3, and we may spin off and do something else without actually saying it. I think that can leave viewers with a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth about like, well, you're just leaving open-ended pieces, and I
can
don't
see
know what's
that,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he should probably come out pretty quickly and say, "Hey, no, the reason there's not a season 3 is because we're looking into doing a season 1 of Checkmate." Like, that
Mhm.
kind
Right.
to
Or a
continue the
season on a
story.
Salvation Run, maybe. We'll see.
Well,
Yeah,
I
something
think
like
that's
that.
why he did that post about Man of Tomorrow. Like, hey, this is where we are gonna go, but
Mhm.
it doesn't really connect with Peacemaker, so it's like feels a little open-ended,
Yeah.
but we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
And then
But
also
I enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed the series a
the
ton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the other thing with Salvation Run in general, it ties into the theme of gods and monsters. Because
Mhm.
again, you have a
Mhm.
planet full of monsters that Orion used to run on. You literally have gods and monsters on this planet.
Right.
So I mean, and again, it is a easy way for them to start introducing, like, kind of slow dripping the new gods into everything. So
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
As much
Yep.
as we talk about like, hey, who's going to be Batman? Is David Cornsweet a good Superman? That sort of thing. What's going to happen with the DCU? He's set up a lot with Peacemaker and told some good character-driven stories within Peacemaker that could do a lot. And I think he
Yeah.
did a good job of like showing diversity and giving range for the actors and letting them act, letting them tell good stories and showing good
Mhm.
character arcs. I was really impressed. I was impressed with John Cena, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
know
Dude, he's
I'm a
Yeah.
wrestling mark and I'm a fan of John Cena, but seeing him act, it's crazy how good he's gotten. I just watched Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, and he's in that,
Yeah.
and he was
Yeah.
so stiff. Like, he just has like a 5-minute part, but it's so stiff, and he has like 2 lines, and it's like, oh, it's so stiff.
You can just
But
see his growth as an actor.
yeah,
Also,
Yeah.
I just had an epiphany moment right now, right? I've been talking about how much I want Alan Richardson to be Batman, right?
mhm.
You
Oh,
had
no.
the same epiphany moment. God damn it.
What if Alan Richardson is Orion?
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
I could see that.
I would 100% be on board with Alan Richardson as Orion.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing.
Because I think he was probably like, I think he was like, yeah, I want to be Batman. Da, da, da. And he goes, I got a better idea. Orion. And Alan Richardson was probably like, yes.
It's like, I'm Highfather's son that got swapped and got raised by Darkseid. You
And
got
pretty
it,
much
dude.
Thor. Okay.
Right?
Sounds good.
Matt in the chat saying he would be a good Orion. He would be a great Orion. I 100% agree with that. As
I
much
do-
as I would love him to be Batman, I think he would be an amazing Orion.
I do think
I do
that's
too.
where the helmets are coming from. I do think.
Oh my
that-
god, those are Orion's helmets. That'd be so dope.
And they're all like lined up in the QUC, and it's all
Sure.
just Orion being like, okay, I'm gonna go test myself. What helmet am I gonna choose? And then it's just Peacemaker just stealing helmets here and there. Just let me grab this one.
That
Let me
would
grab
be
that one.
funny. That would be good.
That's probably what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
And then
Oh my
Orion just shows
gosh.
up. It's like, what are you doing
James
with my
just
helmet?
cracked the
Oh
code.
my god. Okay, I had to like double take, do a double take on it real quick. Earth X Peacemaker's helmets are 100% Orion's helmet.
Oh my gosh.
I had to go
Okay.
look and I was like, Orion's helmet. I was like, can it be Peacemaker's helmet? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, that is Orion's helmet. 100% is Orion's helmet.
Well,
and then in a weird, strange twist, he has his like flying scooter thing, but then he trades it for the Peacemaker cycle.
Yeah, I know, right? Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there you
We
go.
have okay.
Yeah.
So we have predicted the rest of the DCU on this show. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
All right.
go
Yeah.
ahead. So,
We've cracked the codes. Move on.
We vibed trends, served the New York Comic Con recap bites, and gave opinions with extra spice. Let's wrap this up with the Geek End update, where cosplay meets crowd control and the pop culture pulse goes live.
Will somebody leave Jen's computer alone? They keep on, leaving weird stuff on the screen and we don't appreciate it.
HR is very upset.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I haven't been in the office in months. What's
No, like I
going
said,
on?
somebody keeps messing with your computer and it's upsetting the entire team. So, ladies and gentlemen, our schedule has changed. Unfortunately, there was an event that happened and there's going to be a postponement of Fandom Con. So Fandom Con is not going to be happening on the date that it is, but the next show that we are going to be at will be Fan Expo in San Francisco, November 28th through the 30th at Moscone West. Whole bunch of fun guests and different people that are going to be there. I'm going specifically for her.
I don't know
Aw.
who that is.
Dogpool.
Dogpool. Oh, little Dogpool. Isn't that Peggy?
Peggy.
Yeah.
Peggy.
Yeah.
We love Peggy.
We are so Sandra's asking what happened to Fandom Con.
So let's hold off on that now.
I was gonna say we're not gonna put the announcement out there.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
Yeah, just that, there's been an event they're going to be announcing, so we're going to stay out of that and wait until they announce what's going on. So, with that being said, again, that is the only show that we've got booked up for. Actually, you know what? We do have a couple more shows that are coming up that I didn't put on the schedule, but are on the schedule. So for us, next weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be at Weekend Blender in Clovis, California. On October 18th and 19th. That's going to be a good time. We're going to be down there hanging out with everybody in the Clovis area. Might need to hook up with Aaron Watson because he lives in Clovis.
Oh,
Hey,
There you go.
You could see his feet and mandals up close and personal.
Yeah.
And with Darren and Veronica from Project Wish Upon a Star.
Right.
very cool.
Who
All right.
Also lived down there.
Awesome.
Have a whole entourage.
Right. So
Are you gonna go
And
to,
what will you guys go ahead?
I was gonna say, are you gonna go to Brew the Con as well? Have you talked to
Brew
Pete
the
about
Con?
ReheatingCon is going to be Saturday, November 8th, down in, I think it is Fresno area, Visalia. That's after Fresno.
Oh,
I was
that's where the
unaware
Golden
of
State
that.
Killer's from.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna not say, but that's.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was unaware of that. Now also,
Oh, you didn't get the invite because I mean, I got the invite. So.
well, because we were supposed to be doing another show that weekend. So
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
Yeah. The other thing is just as a shout out, DeLongs are going to be doing I think this weekend are going to be doing Sinister Creature Con, and that's going to be a fun show. So shout outs to them going out to that show and having a good time there. So we expect next week to have a con update from the DeLongs about Sinister Creature Con.
Yes,
Yay.
yes. Woo! It's always fun.
Absolutely.
And what is it? So it's the 18th, 19th here in Sacramento, Scottish
Scottish
Rite
Rites.
Center. That's
Mhm.
what.
Let's go. Santa.
I think we're gonna go to Oktoberfest.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
That's not a convention. and
it's not a con.
nerdy,
Well,
but
it's kind of
we're
convention.
gonna drink
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
We're gonna drink
Well,
beer.
I mean, if
We're
you
gonna
want
drink
to,
beer.
if you want to come
I'm gonna
to
stay sober, let
Sinister,
it dry.
if you want to come to Sinister Creature Con, your BFF, your boyfriend, actually Sean Astin is going to be there, so you might want to come on down.
Your Limbus husband.
Why you're just so my husband's husband? Oh my god!
He might be like husby beta. I don't know.
This husband.
No, he's the Olympus husband. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've got the Dorito husband,
Lambus.
banana flavored taffy husband, and then Olympus.
Lambus
Yeah,
bread.
Lambus bread.
Lambus.
Lambus bread.
So it's Lambus?
Lambus.
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 All right, we've done that. Okay,
Anyway,
let's move
going
on.
back.
moving on.
Sinister Creature Con. Sinister Creature Con, 18th, 19th, Scottish Rite Center here in Sacramento. Sean Astin, there's going to be a ton of other people. I'm trying to see if there's like, I'm not a horror guy, so a lot of these names go right over my head. But there's a ton of people, like people from E.T. That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
D. Wallace. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
Henry.
wow.
Oh, Henry Thomas. He was the kid
Yeah.
in E.T. Now
And
I'm
then
interested.
also the dad in the house the Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
You know, the one that on
Yes.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the dad in that.
Also sounds
Cool.
scary, so I'm not going to watch it. So
It's
you.
really good.
okay.
It's really good.
And you
All
know,
right.
Frey
So
is
we'll
not one who likes
we'll
scary
talk about more events that are
Anyway.
coming up soon because there's going to be a lot. There's actually going to be a lot of like smaller events happening. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yay.
So with that being said, if you want to go to a con and represent distance nerding, easiest way to do that, guys, is to get merch because we got merch, people.
Woo!
We got merch, people, and so can you. All you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram and let us know what kind of shirt you're looking for. We got a black shirt, we got a gray shirt, we got all different sizes. So if you want the logo shirt, the chase version of it, or if you want the character shirt, we got that as well. They're $20, $25 if we got to ship it to you, but we typically bring them to the events that we attend. So if you want one, people can just pick one up. That's totally cool too.
Yeah,
All you got to
we've
do is
stickers,
message Young Phil. They're sitting in his house right now, just waiting
waiting to
for
be
your
bought,
body.
Waiting to be worn. That's
Yes,
it.
we have stickers as well, so you can see.
Yes,
So,
we have those
yeah.
stickers.
You want those?
We have other stickers. We have con bags as well. So if you
That's
need
right.
a bag to
Yes.
carry your con stuff,
Yep, there you go.
And we
Yeah.
may
Just
have more
carry the
merch coming
shirt
soon.
that you
Ooh.
purchase.
And we may have more merch coming soon, so keep your
Ooh, all
eyes
right.
out on that.
Yes.
By more merch, I
And
mean
keep
we are
reaching
coming
for
up-
the stars. Oh, wait, that's
by
it.
more merch, I mean we are coming out with a distance nerding car, and you are going to be able to get that. It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
and the best part of the distance nerding car is that you can leave James flapping in the wind.
You get a
I
free
don't
towel with every
appreciate
purchase.
A free towel with your
towel.
purchase.
You spent $30,000
Man.
on this distorted card, you get a free towel.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our schedule. Distance nerding is God, I messed myself up. On Tuesdays, all the nerdy news on the Distance Nerding podcast, the show you're watching right now, from 6:30 to 8:30. Guys, we are doing all the fun stuff. This is where you can come and hang out with us, check out the news, learn about all the rumors and all the fun things that are coming out. Thursdays, the build is still a thing from 6 to 8. This week, I'm actually not going to be building anything this week, guys, because we have a massively big kind of guest on the show this week.
selling it.
I'm very much selling. I'm so excited. It's really hard for me to like keep it under. So ladies and gentlemen, this week the guest on the show is the CEO of for a second I forgot the name. Kamikaze Entertainment. This is how excited I am right now.
Very excited.
I am, because
Very.
it's a really big deal for us. The CEO of Kamikaze Entertainment, Chris Demelin, who is coming on the show to we're going to be doing an interview with him, but also we're going to be doing a debrief of LA Comic-Con and talking about everything that happened at the show. What was it, 2-3 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right. So it's going to be a good time. He's going to be on the show. We're going to talk with him. I don't have anything to build, so we're going to do the interview, and then we're probably going to do a bunch of brackets and have a whole bunch of fun. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
It's really cool because we've gone to a lot of cons. We do Gem State Comic Con; those are big cons. But LA Comic Con is another beast.
Yeah.
It's on a
Right,
different
yeah.
level. And once we heard that young Phil booked this interview, immediately my brain was like, I want to know what it takes to put together a show like LA Comic Con and
Yeah.
bring the guests and bring the vendors into something like this, and what the logistics are like to put a show like this together, working with the studios and working with all the different companies. I'm so fascinated by
this
this
is insane.
conversation that's going to be happening.
Especially something
Yeah, I
as
really
big as
want to
LA.
know.
Go ahead.
I really want to know like the team he has behind him, because he can't do everything himself. He must have trusted staff, and so it'd be it's kind of cool to see that too. Somebody
Yeah.
talk about stuff like that.
And
I'm excited about it too.
And actually, why young Phil mentioned Kamikaze, because the show used to be called Kamikaze, and that was from Stan Lee. So this show actually started from Stan Lee, and then it morphed into LA Comic Con. So
Right.
there's some connections to Stan Lee, and I can't wait to hear about it. It's going to be awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, guys. So tune in on Thursday. We're gonna be talking with Chris Demelin, and then again, me and Graveyard will probably do a bunch of brackets after, because we still have some catch up to finish the summer of brackets. Because we're no longer in the summer and we haven't finished them yet. So Thursday or Friday, of course, it's game night, ladies and gentlemen. The buzzer from 6:30 to 8:30. This week,
Changed the thing. It's right.
I know.
Yeah.
So for this week, do we have a game planned, or are we just gonna?
Okay. I am going to attempt, and the keyword is attempt, to have a well really ready.
Okay.
If all things go well, there will be a well really this week. So I'm very excited about that. I think it'll be fun.
We'll be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a game to play, and worst case scenario, if we don't have a game to play, we're going to play Jackbox games.
Jackbox.
So we will always have something that we are ready to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the schedule. Guys, please give me a plug. I need a plug from all of you guys here. Give me a single plug.
I have like a English, like a European style plug.
Okay.
I also have there's a standard American one here.
Okay.
Also a plug for yeah. I am SHDU Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I mostly talk about lore and world building, which includes Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, the lore of my own fantasy world, classified, journals of the ancestors, the occasional film or documentary, and so much more nerdy stuff. I actually just released a new film. It is a fantasy buddy comedy called Road to Chaos: New Map. Who Dis. It is up on my channel right now, so go watch it. Or if you already have, do it again. Boost the algorithm. I also run SHDU Music, which contains my own original music that you can use for listening, scoring, or to set the mood for a long, passionate night of D&D. All I ask is that you credit me. I am also in the Disconcerting Sphere. I am on the Disconcerting podcast on Tuesdays, very sure you're watching right now. Sometimes the Build on Thursdays, and the Buzzer on Fridays. And I am nowhere else.
I love you, SHDU.
Love you too, Phil.
Jen, anything to add?
Follow me at Fray Comics on Instagram.
Sweet.
Do that.
James, anything? You gotta unmute yourself, buddy.
Everything I do is on Distance Nerding. So it's always at Distance Nerding. Or if you want to see my kids, go find my wife's Instagram. And that's it.
I thought you were just going to say, go find your wife.
I mean, I don't know where she's at. She's running around. She was shopping earlier with the kids. So I'm scared to look at my bank account or what's left of it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to support the show, the best way to do it is to head over to distancenerting.com, hit the big button at the top right there that says buy us a taco. You can join the taco party. That's right. Join the taco party.
Oh, we have a new graphic.
New graphic. Who dis?
Look at
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, join the taco party. It is the best way to support Distance Nerding. You can buy us tacos. It helps us do more things, go out and do more shows, and have more fun and get better prizes and stuff, guys. So that is us right there. Have something you want to discuss, connect with us on all of the social media places. If it exists, we are there at Distance Nerding. Or if you would like to send us an email, you can hit us up and send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com. And we will read that email live on air. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. James, take us home.
Thanks, everybody. And keep nerding together.
That's
Join
right.
together.
With that being said, Bruce, it's time to go to bed, buddy.
Go to sleep,
Go to
Bruce.
sleep,
Sleep.
Bruce.
Go to
After
sleep,
your
Play,
your
play one
your
of Young
drinking
Phil's
shower, it's time to go to sleep.
Play one of Young Phil's
Okay.
Nine-Eye playlists. That'll get you
There
to
you
sleep.
go. A 9-eye playlist. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see everybody on Thursday for Chris
Yes.
Emily. Until then, again, keep nerding together. We love you all. Peace.
Keep nerding together. Bye.
Distance nerding.